This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Allevo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. I'm Ty Higgins. New and now at ohioagnet.com for the U.S. producer looking at the 2025-26 crop after USDA's WASDE reports resumed. The outlook for soybeans and corn in South America still appears comfortable in the official numbers. But once you dig into weather, costs, and domestic demand, the safety margin looks much thinner than the headlines suggest. Read the latest South American update at ohioagnet.com. Tune in Monday as Dusty visits with Brian and Jennifer Harbage in Clark County, where the Ohio Field Leader Roadshow continues. Don't miss the latest research, insights, and on-farm innovations in soybean production. Every year, volunteer shoppers from the American Farm Bureau Federation help determine the average cost of feeding 10 people for a Thanksgiving meal. Faith Parham, an economist with AFBF, said consumers should expect some slight relief at the grocery store.
According to our volunteer shoppers, the average cost of Thanksgiving for 10 people is about $55.18. That's about $5.52 a person. This is a decrease of more than 5% from last year and marks the third straight year of declines. But it's really important to note that these declines don't erase the dramatic increases that led to that record high in 2022.
She said the basket of goods showed mixed results on price increases versus decreases.
So we saw some increases in 5 of our 12 items, and that was really largely driven because of produce prices. Produce prices are typically highly volatile, and so we saw fresh produce like sweet potatoes and veggie trays increase. Half of our ingredients this year did decrease, the biggest one being turkey. So turkey is down 16%, and that's largely because the price of a frozen bird has fallen.
Parham said food prices often reflect changes in the broader farm economy.
On one end, it's due to commodity prices that get paid to our farmers. So for example, wheat prices were pretty low this year, so we see decreases in things like bread and stuffing. On the other end, fresh produce prices have dealt with labor struggles. They have seen increase in transportation cost. All of that increases the price of those goods.
Read more about the cost of this year's Thanksgiving meal online at ohioagnet.com. It is a busy travel day. Will weather have an impact? Let's check the forecast now. Brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Here's Ryan Martin.
Low pressure is lifting up through Michigan and the Great Lakes in general. Very strong circulation around this low, creating some very gusty winds. Lake effect cloud cover will be affecting Ohio through the balance of today and a good part of tomorrow, especially in northern areas. And I won't rule out lake effect precipitation. Today, we're seeing these strong winds come and blow the waters across Lake Erie rather substantially. High winds, or rather high waves, at the far end of the lake, and we are going to be seeing some lake effect creep up in north central and northeastern parts of Ohio. A little bit lower wind tomorrow, but still plenty of lake influence. Friday we get a little sunshine. Moisture comes back for later in the weekend. Saturday afternoon, Sunday could see snow again in many areas. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. Today, mergers and acquisitions, very common in business. Increasingly, we're seeing them across various sectors in the agriculture industry. Transportation has not been immune to this trend, particularly in the railroad industry. The proposed merger between Union Pacific Railroad and Norfolk Southern Railway has farmers and industry observers asking questions and expressing concern about what this may mean to competition and transportation pricing for soybeans. Mike Steenhoek is the executive director for the Soy Transportation Coalition. He says this is a big deal, but not a big surprise. Find out what this latest merger could mean for agriculture with a new Field Leader piece online now at ohioagnet.com. We'll get a check of the markets coming up after this.
When you're buying seed, there's more to a transaction than money. You're exchanging time and trust, hoping each decision adds up at harvest. Seed consultants sales professionals don't take that lightly. With products made to excel in the Eastern Corn Belt and agronomic knowledge that stands up to the test, we're all about the same things you are: reliability and results. Buy into a better seed experience. Visit seedconsultants.com to view our corn and soybean lineup.
Before we get to midday numbers, let's check today's market technical indicators. Here's Ryan Metzger from Leist Mercantile.
We have March 26 corn futures with the first level of support seen at $4.37 and the first level of resistance at $4.40.5. January 26 soybean futures have the first level of support at $11.18.5 and the first level of resistance at $11.29.75. March 26 wheat futures have the first level of support seen at $5.34.5 and the first level of resistance at $5.42.25. Please visit our website at licemercantile.com to learn more about our crop insurance, grain marketing program, and brokerage services.
Thank you, Ryan. We're higher at midday in Chicago with corn for December up 4 1/4, 4.27 3/4. March 4.43 1/4, up by a nickel. January soybeans 3 3/4 better at 11.28 1/2. March 11.37 1/2, up 2 3/4, and July wheat up 4 1/4 at 5.59 3/4. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Live cattle for December 210 even. That's up $3. February up 397 at 211.30. December lean hogs 79.52 up 107. February 80.57 up $1.57. March feeder cattle 306.45. That's 5.57 higher. April up 5.47 at 304.87. More of today's farm news online at ohioagnet.com. I'm Ty Higgins. We'll see you down the road.